Dee 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 dee. Dee 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 dee. Keto living is the life for me. Coffee, cooking, and recipes. Spending my days with my doggies. So be a sport. Set your alarm for Wednesdays for the Warden's
Welcome
Report.
to the Warden Report. So yes, I am still in my furry pajamas, and it is nice because it has been cold. I've been avoiding turning the central heater on. If y'all don't know, we have electric. Everything's electric. It's 100% electric house, nothing gas. And I know for some people they're like, what? But yeah, so everything's electric. So I do try to avoid turning on the heater as long as possible. So wearing things like my furry pajamas, my slippers, which are like real big and warm. So those are good. Helps prevent that. So the house actually got down to 59 degrees today. So I did turn the heater on just to get it back above 60. So I got it set to 63 and that's it. So I just like, yeah, it went below 60. We'll turn the heater on just to get that cold out of the air. But yeah, that's what's going on. How about y'all? So here I am talking about, you know, the cold here in Texas, and some of you are like 59, like that's warm where I'm at. Now that's inside the house. It did get down to, I think it was 37 this morning outside, but then it's slowly going back up. But I think we'll be back in the 50s, 60s later today. So I'm okay with it. That's our little cold spurt, but then it is warming up, but I think by the weekend we'll be back in the 80s again. And I know a lot of y'all, especially in like the central northeast, like y'all are getting really cold weather. So stay warm, y'all. So I am definitely doing what I can to try to minimize, you know, the cost and stuff. So such as not turning the heater on. And I did get the wrap for our electric water heater. So Heath and I will be putting that on shortly. And we'll see if that makes a difference. I got the highest one I could find, which was an R10. It seemed like a lot of them were like R7 or R8. So I went with the R10. And so we'll see how it helps. I've never had anything on the water heater, so this will be interesting if we notice a difference with the wrap. And one thing I want to do before I turn or wrap it is sorry y'all, somebody asked me a question at work. Is I want to turn the temperature down to 120 on it. So I heard, and according to Under the Median, and I checked some other sources as well, they said the default setting for your hot water heater, or I'm sorry, your water heater is 140, but that could scorch people, you know, if it truly got that hot. So they recommend, you know, keep it at 120. You don't really want to go below that because then you could have mold and so forth. So I'm going to see, I don't know what it's set at, and I have to remove a panel to get to it. I looked up, thank you YouTube, and checked to see with my model where the temperature thingy is. And so I found that, so I have to remove a panel. So I'll remove that first, see what it's set at, set it to the 120, then wrap it, and then hopefully that will help us, as you know, when we get these cold waves in, right? The other thing I want to eventually do is get this, it's like an electric plug-in that it'll only come on if the pipes register below a certain tip. So it's not going to be running all the time. It's supposed to be one of these smart pipe heaters that only turn on, and you can actually change it and say, okay, only if it's below like 32 degrees, then it'll kick on and warm the pipe up to that. And so I'm would like to get that. If you've had experience with those, especially the ones that only come on when it detects a lower temp, what do you think? Is it worth it? So I think the one I found was like $30. Don't quote me. So I would like to do that. But yeah, that's what's going on. Look, I'm just jumping right into the Warden Report, y'all. Right in with the new week. I am having my coffee. Yes, I know. It is November 2nd when I'm talking to you right now. And you're like, Shelly, Halloween is over. Halloween is always in my heart. But yes, I still have my mug. I just love this mug. It's a nice size mug and good weight to it. So yes, I'm using this mug still to enjoy what I have left. I'm not jumping into the Christmas. I know a lot of people are like, November 1st, Christmas tree goes up, but when do you put your Christmas tree up? Let me know. Or if you even put one up, that's fine. Everybody's welcome here. We typically don't put up a tree. We're still debating on whether we want to even decorate outside. I do have a small tree that I will put up usually like for the channel. Like it'll be in the background in the kitchen, probably on my coffee bar, just for the channel, not really for us. We just, I don't know, we don't really do like the gift exchange stuff anymore. Like usually if Heath and I want something, we just get it during the year when it's the best time to get it, and don't like try to save up for the Christmas holiday. I don't know. Yeah, so, and you know, we don't have children, of course, and we never have like family. And in fact, now all of our nieces and nephews are freaking adults. Like, when did that happen? Like, I think the youngest nephew, well, let me think. On Heath's side, I believe he's 17. You could correct me. And then on my side, let me think here. I think the youngest one, hey, he must be, maybe he's 14. 13, 14, around there. So, I mean, that's the only one that I guess is actually still a child. Wow. But everybody, all the other ones, the other 5, so we have 6 total between us. The other 5 are freaking adults. Like, they're basically out of high school. They're living. They're doing life. Like, whoa, how did that happen? Makes me feel old. So, yeah, we never have those big get-togethers anymore. And everybody has different things going on. And, you know, we're on the north side of Houston. Most of his family's on the south side. So if you're familiar with Houston, I mean, we might as well live in different states. So usually we just don't get together. Everybody has different schedules. Like Heath now with his schedule, he is only off on Christmas Day, which is a Monday. Now this year, because it falls on a Monday, so he'll have Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday off. But he will be working that Saturday and then that Wednesday after. So that's something for him. For me, I'm only off that Monday. So, of course, I'm always off on the weekend. But, like, I'll be working Friday and I'll be working that Tuesday. So, you know, and because we had a holiday bid where everybody was like, you know, what do you want? And I was like, I don't need those days because generally Heath's working. So, y'all, you know, let everybody else. So basically all these days, like the day before and after each holiday, Thanksgiving and then Christmas, we only have like 3 or 4 people working. So I have to be there, right? It's very limited. But yeah, that's what's going on. Got my coffee. So it is Thursday. I know I did not record yesterday. Sorry about that. Yesterday I did fast. All I had at all was just coffee. That's it. Nothing else. I didn't even have my kefir yesterday. I just stuck to coffee and of course water, and that was it all day. So today I will be breaking my fast, and you know, and then we'll, you know, go from there. I think I have pretty much figured out what I'm going to have for lunch. And then dinner's basically leftovers because we made that wonderful shank stew and we still have some. So I figured out of that shank stew, we got 7 servings out of that. 7 servings. And let's see, the shank itself for roughly, I think it was like 3.5, maybe 4 pounds with the bones, was a little under $10 plus the veggies. So I'm just rounding up saying $14 total for veggies, the meat, a little bit of the broth. I didn't even use a whole container of broth because I knew with the bones it would be putting a lot of its own juices and broth out there. So 7 servings, $14. That's $2 a serving. Like, where are you going to go for that? I was just like really impressed. So doing things like that, I mean, that really helps you stay in budget. So I always love looking for the discounted meats, especially at Kroger. They're easier to find. HEB tends to mix theirs throughout, where Kroger has like a dedicated place. So Saturday, I am going to go to Kroger. I got some really good coupons, and they're also having sales. So for example, their ground beef 3-pound chub is marked down to like $8.99. Plus I have a coupon for, I think it's $1 or $1.30 off. So for 3 pounds, we're looking at less than $8. And that's a pretty good deal for ground beef. So yeah, things like that. I'm going to hit there and get those things, and we'll check the discounted meats just to see. But looking at our freezer, we still have a pretty good amount of meat. So we still have another whole brisket, and we have 2 pork butts, but the pork butts are at the very bottom of our deep freeze, and they've kind of gotten frozen stuck in there. And we keep saying we're just going to clean out the deep freeze so that then it could thaw a little. I don't know. We're going to see. I might do, because I think I've heard before. Let me know below. What are your tips? Because it's like there's melted ice around it, right? Somehow, I don't even know what happened. If something spilled, but it's like wedged in there. And he said he couldn't get it out. What are your tricks? Other than basically turning the deep freeze off, what are your tricks to getting something that is like stuck in a deep freeze out? And it's one of those, what are they, like cabinet stand up ones. So it's not like one that's on its side where you have to dig down in there. It's a stand up with the shelves in it. So at the very bottom is kind of like a bucket shelf. And that's where these pork butts are. And there's 2 of them. And again, it's like stuck in there. So what are your tips to getting it out without having to shut it off and basically, you know, clean it out? Because that's also where we keep all the dog food. So that's going to be hard, which I have to get tonight too. Gosh. So anyways, I want your tips. Let me know the best and easiest way to get those pork butts out. Thursday lunch and breaking my fast. So I've got my avocado here. And then I've got one of those jalapeno cheese sausages from Sam's wrapped in bacon. Some of our pickled red onions that are fabulous this time. And then also some coleslaw I made. It's really good. And then also got kimchi, sauerkraut. And then in the middle here, that is my cultured mayo. So we will be doing a recipe soon. Thursday night dinner, so I've got that leftover ossobuco, or basically shank stew, and there's no Hank in it. And I topped it with some fresh jalapeno and then those pickled onions we made. And then on the side, I've got air fryer Brussels sprouts with some bacon, tomatoes. And then on the side, I've got my fermented Bubby's sauerkraut. And then I also have some Aldi kimchi. I think it's Cleveland Company or something. And yeah, that's dinner, and got my 1877 water. Happy Friday. Yes, I have my same thing on. Does anybody else do that? I might get some, I don't know, negative comments like, oh, gross. But I work at home. I don't go outside. I don't work out in these clothes. In fact, when I do my morning squats, I'm not wearing this. Let's just say that. So I don't feel like I get dirty. Like, I shower at night. I don't do anything. I just sit at a desk basically most of the day. I mean, I do go outside with the dogs and stuff, but I'm not like rolling in the grass like they are. So I don't know. I guess judge me. They're just so comfy. I feel like I'm like wrapped in a blanket. I do have some flannel pants, not a top. So, you know, I'll wear those things, but it's just been chilly this past few mornings, so it's been nice to just put this on, and I just feel like I'm wrapped in a blanket. I've seen those blanket, where is it, like a hoodie or whatever, but I just don't like things that are real flowy. Like, I don't, because I'll choke myself, or it'll get caught on something, or like last night, Heath, so he's been wearing his little flannel jacket. It's just a real thin flannel. And I don't know why, but by our bedroom door, he decided he was going to take the jacket off right there. And it's flailing all over the place. Right next to it, at the end of our hall, have like a real pretty antique table I got. I love that table. And on it, we just have, you know, some little art pieces, right? And one of them we got in, I think it was Jalisco, Mexico. I know it was somewhere in Mexico. I can't remember if it was Jalisco or Puerto Vallarta. Anyways, and it's like a chupacabra. Basically, it's this really cute little, like, all different colors, and it's kind of like a monster-esque. You know, it's got wings and tentacles and fangs, and like, it's really cute, right? And I love, that's one of the things whenever we travel, and not just, you know, outside of the country, even in the country, I love finding local art, local handcrafted items. And this was from a local shop, and it was locally made. Like, in the shop, they showed how they had like some of their people back there painting them and that kind of stuff. And I love that kind of thing, because I feel like I'm taking a piece of that area. Of course, now I can't remember which place it was. I know it was Mexico. I'm taking a piece of that home with me. And so every time I see that item, then I remember how fun it was. And like, I remember the shop. I remember what it looked like, and us trying to figure out which one we wanted. And them being so careful on how they packaged it, because they knew we were traveling. And I remember the story, and I remember like they even had like a show that they put on, and it was just like a really fun store, right? And anyhow, so when he was flailing his jacket around, he knocked it, and it fell off of the table, and its little leg broke. And it's like kind of like a chicken leg, where it's the claw at the end. So it like snapped in half. So we're gonna glue it, of course, but it was just like, oh, bull in a china cabinet sometimes. So I mean, it's not the end of the world, but at least it was only that, and at least it wasn't something, you know, it's wood, so he's got tons of wood glue, as a carpenter should, and so he's gonna fix it and just, you know, glue it back together. But it's still, I was just like, oh well, like, it adds character, right? Things that, you know, you get and then they get a little chipped or broken or something. I mean, nothing's gonna be perfect, and especially the longer you have it and so forth. Tell me your story. What is something, an item that you really liked and somehow it got broken, either completely broken or a little broken? How did you feel? And do you like even cherish it more now? Like, I don't know. You gotta let me know your little story, so I don't feel so bad. It's fine. It really is fine. It's just an item, right? But, yeah. Oh, well. I mean, I've broken my arm before, so now little Chupra has broken his leg, but we're going to mend it together. So, yes, I'm having my coffee, and yes, it is still Halloween week in my soul. I saw somebody post a meme, and it was like, Halloween isn't just a day, it's what you live. And I was like, okay, I could do that. So, yes, just working today. Pretty stable day at work, we'll say that. You know, it's nothing too heavy, but just constant work, right? I feel like that happens on a Friday. You know, like everybody's like, oh, I gotta get this in before the weekend. So then they're rushing through it. And then just watching different YouTubes. Paleo Barbie does keto. If y'all aren't subscribed, go help her out. She's trying to get to 2,000 subscribers, y'all. So go give her a subscribe so we get her there. She's getting close, y'all. So really help her out. And then she's been doing carnivore basically lately. So you go get some carnivore ideas if that's what you're doing. So yeah, that'd be awesome if y'all can help her out with that. And then I'll follow up with you a little bit. I'm still kind of on this frugal kick, so I'm listening. But a lot of times, I have to be honest, a lot of these frugal tips, I'm like, yeah, I've already been doing that. Like, so give me something new here. Some of them that, I'm just going to say this. And I know some of y'all already said on the live that you were like, well, yeah, it's okay if they're not keto, which that's fine. But I remember when I was vegan, plant-based, you know, now they like to say plant-based instead of vegan. But I remember when I was, and yes, it's kind of true, you know, when you're vegan, you tell everybody. And this one couple I'm watching, I'm sure they're very nice people, and they do have some good tips. And like, she gave a chart on, and I could put that chart after here, explaining the electricity usage of your different kitchen appliances and how the oven uses so much more than, say, like the best item you can use is your crock pot. And then from there, like an air fryer. So I've been trying to use the air fryer a lot more. We actually sold all our crock pots at the last garage sale. And I think we did that because we were like, oh, we never use a crock pot because we have the Instant Pot. And the Instant Pot is also very low electrical usage. So anyhow, but they do mention in almost every video I've watched how they are vegan. And of course, they always love to give the tip of don't eat meat or lessen your meat to really save money. And I'm like, I still want to comment, but I'm just not a troublemaker, right? I wouldn't say that I avoid confrontation. Like, I will get confrontational if I need to, right? But I'm not going to initiate it, right? But I feel like telling them, look, meat might be costing me money, but I am saving so much on health expenses that it way pays for the difference. Like, us being so much healthier is that money on prescriptions, on insulin. I mean, you know how expensive insulin is. On just like we used to buy all the time, Tylenol, Benadryl, all of these like medications constantly. Now we don't need to. So I'm like, yeah, all of that money we're saving on that is totally making up for whatever extra meat cost. And I'm also thinking, like, they're like, oh, it costs this much, $5 a pound, and then you're gonna eat this much. And I'm like, yeah, but the thing is, it's a lot more bioavailable. I don't have to eat as much meat to get satiated and have all of my nutrients. You know, you're having to pound down 4 or 5 meals a day and you're still kind of hungry, and you're having to eat a lot more rice and beans. Like when you're eating, like what are they, 2 cups or something at a serving? Like I'm eating 5 ounces of a steak. Like I don't need to eat tons of food in order to feel satiated. But yeah, that's my soapbox on that. And I do want to say that, but I'm like, nah, who am I going to change, right? They're not asking for health advice. All they're going to do is say, well, whatever, just a typical meat eater. And it's just like, well, it just irritates me a little bit where like all of your frugal videos, you have to mention it. Like we get it. You're vegan. I'm so proud of you for being vegan. If that's your thing, go right at it. And I don't think that they're like trash vegans. That's like somebody who only eats like all the processed foods. They do seem to really stick to whole foods, and like they even on this one I'm watching now, they were talking about like cereal's the worst thing. It's just, of course, they're looking from a financial perspective, and they're like, just don't eat the cereal. And it's like, so yeah, they do, try to avoid, I think a lot of that. They do eat a lot of fresh produce. So, but to each their own. If they're healthy and happy, that I'm fine with it. It's just gets a little daunting on every single video. You have to mention how you're plant-based. Like, come on. We get it. That's not what made you be debt-free, is because you didn't eat meat. Honestly, it's like all the other things that you're doing, those are really what added to it. I'm going to stick to having my healthy meat and feeling healthy about myself and not being sick anymore with all these things. Just my thoughts. I mean, I was vegan for over a year, and yeah, did I lose weight? Yeah. But my health did not improve. It got worse. So find what works for you, I guess. Lunch today, y'all. I had to eat a little bit because I had an important phone call I had to do on my lunch. Annoying. But anyways, I had the Pernell sausage. That's mayo on top. I know it looks like cheese, but I guess the heat of the mayo. And then this is the cultured mayo. I think maybe I put a little too much whey because it was thinner than I like. So I'm going to work on that. And then that is our newest hot sauce, the fermented Cooper's Inferno. So if you want some, you need to message us. It's so good. And then I've got also some coleslaw, pickled onions, sauerkraut, and there was some kimchi there. And that's my lunch. And I can't wait for the live tonight. It's going to be keto pozole. It is Saturday morning, and I'm starting my grocery haul. So first stop is Aldi. I like to go here first because generally the produce is cheaper, but then I can pull up my Kroger and HB app to check. This is the first time I've seen this at Aldi, but it's the Epic steak strips. You get one strip, $1.89. Normally at Sprouts it's like over $2. And you see the ingredient. Oh, this one has honey. That sucks. But still, if you're into beef sticks, pretty good deal. Oh, I got so excited. Look, that Countryside, their version of Kerrygold, it's $1 off this week. $2.19 for it. I am out and about, just finished all 3 grocery stores, and I went to Dutch. Look, they got their holiday cups. It says it's lit. And this week's coffee is brought to you by Joanne. Thank you so much for my coffee this week. I really appreciate it. Thank y'all. If you want to buy me a coffee, hit that buy me a coffee link down below. Again, shout out to Joanne. Thank you. I am back home, and it's almost 1, so I'll be making my lunch here pretty soon. But this is $75 exactly, y'all. Between the 3 grocery stores, when I added it all up, came to 75.00. Like, how I didn't even plan that, but it worked out perfectly. So let me show you what I got. I'm going to start at Aldi. So I got this, let me know if you've had it, pumpkin pie sparkling water. They were on sale for $2.99 for an 8-pack. So I'm going to try it. And then I had their sweet potatoes were $1.49 for 3 pounds, y'all. And then the avocados were $2.39 for a 6-pack. And then I did splurge with their brand, I don't know, Vitalife kombucha. It was 2 something, so I'm just going to try it. I just got one. And then they were the cheapest on heavy cream. It was like $4.69 for the, what is it, 32 ounce? Yeah, so quart. And then we also got here the 49 cents for cucumbers. Look how big those cucumbers are, y'all. These are huge cucumbers. And I got jalapenos. And then the avocados individual were 49 cents. There's that Irish butter for $2.19. The goat cheese was $1.89 for 4 ounces. So I grabbed 2 of those. And if you're a cranberry person, the Ocean Spray cranberries were on sale for 99 cents. I thought that was a good deal. I'm still deciding I might ferment them. Maybe make some cranberry sauce. I don't know yet. We'll see. So that was at Aldi. Really proud of that. And then also at H-E-B. I had to get my Purnells. I was out of the Purnells. That was $10.87. And we also went ahead and grabbed a package of Egg Life. We still had the free coupon. So normally this is $5.98. It was $0 today. And then at H-E-B, they're doing spend $10 on frozen vegetables. You get $2 off. So these bags came to $10.50. So I only paid $8.50. So I got Brussels sprouts, cauliflower florets, a bag of each, 2 of the fajita vegetables, that's Heath's favorite, and the asparagus. So I only spent at H-E-B like $19.37. At Aldi I spent $26.24, I believe. And then here is the winner of the week, and that is Kroger. Shout out, Gigi's here was the one who told me about the H-E-B 18-count eggs for $1.49 each. Limit 5. So I got all 5.
Kroger
at
H-E-B.
Oh, did I say H-E-B? Kroger, sorry. And it even says Kroger on there. But yes, shout out Gigi's here for Kroger. So Kroger's the winner this week. $1.49, 5 limit. So I got all 5, 18 count. That's 90 eggs for $7.45. Plus, I had a coupon for a dozen eggs, 50 cents off, so it made the dozen eggs 99 cents. So altogether, it was 99 cents a dozen, y'all. We ended up with 8.5 dozen eggs. So I think we're good for a while on eggs. So that was a great, thank you. That was a huge saving. Excellent. Did you all hear that? And then they also...
How exciting.
Oh, goodness. They also had Green Giant canned vegetables. If you buy 6, they were only 49 cents each. And y'all, these are 14.5 ounce. And look, it's only green beans, water, and salt. I mean, that's really, really clean. And I don't know what they mean by kitchen sliced. But anyhow... This 49 cents, I mean $3 for 6 cans, and they'll just stay in the pantry until we need it. So that'd be a quick side for whenever. And then my monthly freebie is the Sargento sliced cheese. So I got the Colby pepper jack. Let me know below, my Kroger shoppers, what do you get for free every month? I'm curious if everybody gets the same thing or if it's different. But almost every month it's the Sargento cheese. And then their thick cut bacon was on sale for 1 pound, was on sale for $3.99. Plus, I had $1 off, so $2.99 for a pound of bacon. So excited. And then the beef, y'all. you have to get this. The Kroger ground beef was on sale for $8.91. And then I think it was $1.30 something off. So I ended up paying for 3 pounds of 80/20, $7.66. That puts it at about $2.55 a pound. Awesome deal. And then I was going to get mushrooms, and actually Kroger, because I had a coupon, it was originally cheaper at Kroger for the button mushrooms than Aldi. But then when I got there, I saw these beautiful baby Bellas marked down to $1.54, and they were still eligible for the coupons. So with all the different Kroger coupons, I got one of these for 44 cents. And the other was 94 cents. I paid less for both packages, which is a pound, because they're 8 ounces each. So a pound of mushrooms for $1.40 for both. A whole pound for less than the sticker price because of all the coupons. Y'all, you have to look for these reduced stickers because you could really save with that, especially when they honor the coupon on top of the reduced. So I love looking for this tag when I have a coupon on something because it's going to be an even better deal. And then I am out of coconut flour, so I got it there, and this was cheaper than the H-E-B one, and that's a pound of it. It was, I think, $3.64, something like that. And then we didn't have any rubbing alcohol. I don't know what happened to it. So I needed to get that. That was like $2.69. It was on sale. It was like 30 cents off. Things you have to buy that you're just like, that's got to be part of the grocery budget. But anyways, that was Kroger. So everything at Kroger, the eggs, the green beans, the meat, the mushrooms, coconut flour, bacon, all of the Kroger stuff was $29.39. So altogether, everything here, $75 on the dot, y'all. I'm just so happy. I'm like thrilled. I like have a savings high. So for lunch, I air fried a small sweet potato, and I just seasoned with salt and the pumpkin pie seasoning. I've got 2 eggs that I scrambled, and then I topped with some butter and our fermented hot sauce. And then I've also got 3 slices of bacon. And of course, I've got my fermented sauerkraut and kimchi. I did already have my kefir, a cup of kefir with a little bit of flax seeds earlier. So we're all set. And that's lunch, y'all. And it's 2 o'clock. Now, after lunch today, I am going to do my movement. So I am going to start sweeping the front part of the house, doing some dusting and so forth, because we have a special guest tomorrow, so I need to get this house cleaned up. And Saturday night's dinner, we've got the rest of the pozole with radish and jalapenos, avocado on the side, and then I've got some biscuits here, which that recipe came out on Monday. Happy Sunday, y'all. We already ate. I didn't film anything because Mama Bear Lynette, she came over today. She was a special guest. So a couple months ago in July, we went to her house, and she has knocked it out of the park. So I was attempting to be at least half as good as she did and treated us. And y'all, she's just amazing. She brought us all kinds of goodies. Like, you didn't need to bring anything but an appetite. But thank you so much, Miss Lynette. We really appreciate it. I love it all. Can't wait to start reading. She got the herbal book I've been wanting that I heard about from Mary's Nest. So excited about that. So we had what I made. So for appetizers, the first thing is I got that goat cheese from Aldi, the garlic and herb, and then in a bowl I mixed together the bacon crumbles from Sam's with some pecans that, I also chopped up. So I put the little goat cheese into balls and then rubbed up the outside, rolled them in the bacon pecan mixture. And so we had those. Very simple, easy. I mean, for holidays, y'all, maybe I'll do a video showing the appetizers I made today and as appetizer suggestions for the holidays. I don't know. Do y'all want that? Let me know. So I did that. So easy. And then the other thing I did, and this kind of came to me, I saw somebody doing it with like regular tortillas, and I was like, wait, we've got egg life. Let me try this. So you take egg life and you quarter each one. So you get 4 out of each egg life wrap. And in a cupcake dish, spray it really well. You know, with the egg life, the difference is because there's really no fat in it, you really got to spray it with the avocado or coconut oil. Spray the inside of the cups, the cupcake pan, and then put your egg life in each one, each quarter into it. Spray those again. I would do different, maybe season a little bit, but I just left them plain. I did the original. Baked it in the oven, 400 for about 12 minutes till they kind of crisped up. Then I got some brie. Kroger had the brie. I think it was Kroger. No, maybe it was HEB. The President brie was only $4.70 for a wheel. Got that. Put a little chunk into each of those after they crisped up. Put a little chunk of the brie. And then at Aldi yesterday, you saw the cranberries. So I cooked about a third of the bag. And all I did was just put that in a saucepan, just the cranberries. And then I add sweetener mix that we have. And it's some mix that we got from Costco a while back. So I think it's maybe has erythritol or monk fruit, one of those. And just added some of that to it. And then, of course, as that cooks, all those cranberries start bursting, releasing their juices and everything. And then it combines with that sugar. It was like super sweet. And so I just drizzled like a teaspoon of that in each one on top of the brie. Put them back in the oven for about 3 to 4 minutes, just so the brie starts to soften and then it all kind of comes together. So good. So that was another appetizer. And then the third appetizer I made was sausage stuffed mushrooms. And so this is from Renee. And all you do is get your mushrooms. So those portobello mushrooms I got yesterday, so freaking cheap. Got those, took the stems out, and then I mixed together. I just got regular ground sausage, or ground pork rather. Added my seasoning, so sage, garlic, and onion, salt. Mix that all together, and then combine that with some cream cheese and a little bit of the Gruyere and Swiss mixture. Mix that all, and mozzarella. Mix that all together. Mosquitoes. And then I filled each of the mushrooms with that. Then sprinkled a little bit of pork panko on top and did those in the air fryer, 350 for 10 minutes. Simple, right? It was really simple. Everything was simple. Lynette thought we, just like stressed out, but like we did everything within an hour of her arriving. And then our main entree, I made so you saw the keto tuna pot pies. What I did was breakfast pot pie. So I took the rest of the sausage and combined it with some scrambled eggs and then filled each of the pot pies with that. And then I made a parrot head gravy for on top. So that was our main entree. And then for dessert, I did a pumpkin pie cheesecake dip. So all that, and again, this is all really simple. So that dip, all I did was take half a can of pureed pumpkin, mixed it with half a block of cream cheese, softened, and then I added the brown swerve and pumpkin pie seasoning, blended that until it was nice and creamy and whipped, and turned a soft orange color. So it was all really combined, or for the most part. And then I just served that in a cute little martini glass, which I put a picture at the beginning of this video. And then on the side, I just took our plain pork rinds, dusted them with cinnamon, and put them in the air fryer just to freshen them up and kind of seal in the seasoning or the cinnamon. And it worked out wonderful. I think we we of course loved it, but you kind of always love the food that you eat. But she seemed to really like it too, which is awesome. So yeah, it was a really exciting day, but it just felt weird to, oh, hold on, I got to record all of this. No, I just wanted to spend time talking to Lynette and sharing, she was telling us all kinds of stories, so it was awesome. And yeah, so that was our afternoon. There's a bee or something. Oh, I see a squirrel. And yeah, that's it. So it's a little after 3. We're done. I finished cleaning up, got the dishwasher going. And so one other thing, we're in the backyard. So if you're a channel member, you already know, because I showed the channel members. One day I was out here in my backyard, back here with the dogs. Look, say hi, Delilah. Delilah. You know how she is, Lynn. She's shy. But anyways, I was out here with the dogs one day and just walking along, right? Walking along, seeing what all's going on. And I came across this. Some of the channel members thought it was scary. And see what that is. And some of them thought, yeah, it's creepy, unusual. So here, you get to see it. So if you are easily startled or scared, zoom past a couple minutes. But otherwise, I'm going to show you what I found. So I'm going to flip the camera to show exactly what I saw that day. And y'all tell me your thoughts. Lynette had a really good theory, and I love it. And I'll tell you what hers is. Here's kind of the backyard. So there's our big patio. We had that put in a few years ago. I absolutely love it. This house needed it so bad. This is an old house. So originally there was no cover other than that little portion over there, but basically no cover, no real seating area. And so we were able to put this in. And yeah, that's what we basically entertain on. And then out here, I mean, you kind of see, got a nice size yard. Like, I'm just kind of giving you a panorama view here. Not the prettiest of yards, right? But we do, I mean, it's a pretty big yard. There's the gate. That's why we have all the stepping stones, is because when it rains, this is the area that floods really bad. So at least we have some stepping stones to get there. And there's Sam. And then in the middle here, it's kind of like a ring of trees. It's always been like that, and as long as I can. Well, actually, I take that back. When I was little, in the middle of these trees was a huge bush. And I don't really know what kind of bush it was, but eventually it grew so big, it was like, I don't know, 6 feet tall and probably at least 15 foot wide. Like, it was almost encompassing all of these trees here. And eventually we had that taken out. It was huge, right? And there's the one tree, you kind of see where it snapped right there. Maybe I get a little bit better. There, that one is the one that snapped that we got off of our pergola there. He thinks that maybe it was hit by lightning and that's why it snapped right there. But it was the perfect place to snap because it just kind of took a little nap on the side there, so that worked out. But we need to cut down the rest of that. But at least that's not too big. So yeah, this is my little, it's like a ring of trees, as you can see. I think Lynette called it the fairy ring. But I thought those were usually with mushrooms. But anyhow, it is the trees. Oh, actually, I do see some mushrooms over there. But anyhow, so I was just over here, one of these trees. I think this is like an oak tree. I don't know what type of tree. I don't know trees. So I was just, looking, talking to the dog, just minding my own business, and just was looking up. It was a beautiful day, nice light breeze, and just keep looking, and then, what is that? Yes, y'all. This is in this tree, and if you look close, because some people thought, oh, maybe somebody just stuck it there. you could tell it is like grown in. It is part of this tree. Let me get on the back side, because the back side, it is completely grown over the back. Right? So it has grown around this doll's head, and you kind of see up here, like it's part of this tree. It is not moving at all. So it might have been there for 30 years or more. Lynette's theory, she says, because I don't know how well you'll see it on the camera here, but it kind of bulges right here. She says it might not just be the head. It could be the whole body, and that the tree has grown around this doll's body, and that's why there's like a lump here. Because she even measured, because she's a costume designer and tailor, and she's like, no, usually the doll with the body would have been to about here from the head. And so she said it very well could have the whole doll's body in here. So, all right, just gotta watch out because the dogs like to use this place. But yeah, that is it. Lynette did not find it scary. She said it is a little creepy, but she thought it was cool. And she has made a rule for now on, anybody who visits to have good fortune, you have to kiss your lips your fingers 3 times and then tap her on her head 3 times for good fortune. You have to do that when you visit us. But let me get a close up again. I mean, she is a cute doll, right, Heath? And see, it kind of blends in. The colors and everything, it isn't noticeable. And I just noticed it this year, and it's obviously been there for decades. Is that the tree is, I mean, that's a little bit taller than Heath. So, at that point. So, it's been there a while. Heath has named her, and he said, I don't know why, this is just the name that came to me. He named her Penelope. I was like, oh, okay. So, yes, that is Penelope. And if you visit, you have to then come out here and kiss Penelope and wish her goodwill. And then, yeah, isn't that something? And then look at Delilah. Delilah, look at her. She's been rolling in the grass. Look at all this dirt. I think she does it because she wants to get all pet. You want to be all petted? Huh? You're on camera. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to show y'all. My Penelope. And then, yeah, look, there's a couple of layabouts. Sorry, y'all. But look, there's some mushrooms. I've never seen mushrooms out here before. Aren't those cute? If you know what mushrooms they are, let me know. What type of mushrooms are those? I don't see any other mushrooms. Just those, huh? And yeah, the dogs, there are various bones. We let them out here and give them a bone, and apparently this is where they like to store their bones. And there's mosquitoes, y'all. I'm going to have to go in. Okay, we're done with the storytelling. And yeah, so tell me what you think below.
Happy Monday. Hey, you notice, don't have my fur stuff on today because it's getting back in the 80s this week. Not until Friday will it cool down again. So, yeah, AC's back on, all that mess. Like, come on, let's be consistent. So anyways, it is Monday. I'm having my coffee now. It's already after 11. Jesus, time. But yeah, so all I have in my coffee this morning is just the Irish butter from Aldi. I just put a couple tablespoons. That's it. I am fasting today. So, yeah, that's it. That's all I'm having. And then drinking water otherwise. But I have to tell you, this is so delicious. Like, I was really
having a lot of that pumpkin spice creamer from Bulletproof, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I have a half a serving left that I'll probably have tomorrow, and I was like, I don't know if I could drink coffee anymore without that. I loved it so much, but this is freaking delicious. I don't know what I was thinking. I was like, okay, yeah, you don't need to spend money on that. You've got butter. Butter makes it better. So, yes, that is what is going on today. Busy at work, y'all. Like, it is, I have to work wires this week, so I just feel like it's nonstop. Like, doing regular work and checking the wires constantly until 1 o'clock. Now, usually, I mean, we say 1, but I'm still diligent until about 1:30. That's why I usually don't take my lunch until after 1:30, because, like, what if something comes in? Like, I just have to be ready. So, yeah, that's it. And, look at that. Huh. Okay. Anyhow, but nothing much, just working really hard. Heath, you know, he's doing well at his job. He's excited that he'll have tomorrow off, and I think he's going to go to Sam's. Oh, I guess I got to order that stuff here in a few minutes. And yeah, that's it. Happy Tuesday. I have my coffee here. This is my mug this week. Kind of see little details on it. So yes, I like it because it's got a lid and it's insulated, so it should help keep the coffee warm a little longer. And yeah, so I just working. I'll probably break my fast here in a couple hours. It's 11:30, so fun times. He ran to the store, got a few little things. I'll show it on next week's Warden report with the grocery haul. So yeah, I'm gonna figure that what he spent today in with the groceries on what I could buy on Saturday. But I think we did pretty well. He went to Aldi again to get some more of that their Irish butter, since it's $1 off. And then he also got the cream cheese, which is 20 cents off each. And he got some more avocados because we love it. And yeah, so that's what's going on. I'll let you know once. I'll probably in about an hour and a half or so have my kefir. The only thing I've been doing different with my kefir smoothie per se is I mix in about a tablespoon of flax. Sorry, some spammer calling me, but I mix in some flax seed, and then I'll probably put in some pumpkin since I have some leftover pumpkin. And yeah, that's it. And it's really tasty. Okay, y'all, I'm officially breaking my fast. I've got an avocado here, bacon wrapped sausage, and then I've got pickled red onions and, of course, pickles. And then I've got my kimchi and my sauerkraut. I sure miss my fermented foods. And then I've got my mayo. It's a cultured mayo. It's still too thin. And then some Love Chamoy and our fermented hot sauce. We still have a handful of bottles left of the fermented hot sauce. Look how deep red that is, like bright red. So if you're interested in that, please send an email to HungryHeath. And that's lunch. Dinner on this Tuesday evening is sausage and kielbasa stir fry with some onions in there. Season it with some ancho chili pepper and, of course, Redmond's real salt. And then I sprinkled some of our fermented hot sauce on there. And then Heath and I are sharing a little avocado. He's so tiny. And then we took a couple jalapenos, stuffed them with cream cheese, and then topped with everything but the bagel. And then I have a couple of my fermented pickle spears. And then to drink, I got this at Aldi. That's that pumpkin spice sparkling water by V. That's the Aldi brand that they get. It was $2.99 for an 8-pack. And there you kind of can see the ingredients. I had one the other day. I really like it. He said it was a for him, but I really enjoyed it. That wraps up another week of the Warden Report. I sure hope you enjoyed it. How are you liking the budget grocery hauls? Let me know below. Do hashtag grocery haul if you're enjoying them. And then I'll do some more this weekend. So looking forward to that. I'm enjoying the challenge of keeping it at under or at $75. So it's been fun for me. I think we're doing pretty good with it. So, and I'm looking forward to this weekend. I know there's a couple things on the list I need to get so we could do our channel member cook-along this month. So that'll be actually the Saturday after Thanksgiving, but we need to do the video this weekend and get that out to our channel members. So I hope you like it. I'm really excited about this recipe, so I hope everybody else enjoys it as well. And please stay tuned to see all of our wonderful channel members. Thank y'all so much for all of your support. We really appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And hit that buy me a coffee if you want to buy me a Dutch coffee this week. Thank y'all.